What's up, children of the sun? This is your spiritual nomad, Montre Bible. Yep, that's my real last name. And I'm going to be giving my 2 cents on what comes across my news feed because the algorithm just loves me so much. And I found this young brother here, and his name of his video is called A Demon Time. So I said, well, let's let's check it out. Let's see what is going on. Looks like it's a live, so I had to skip ahead because you know how some people be waiting for folks. So
Okay, bet I'm good. So yeah, man, listen,
I'm listening.
you got to understand that everyone talk about, we in a war, it's spiritual warfare. People don't understand what that really means. What that means is that the warfare is really against you on an energetic level and on a psychological level.
I,
So, people talk about slavery and all this shit. Like, look, they don't have to put you in physical chains no more. Because if they got you psychologically, you
mental
will
slavery.
enslave yourself based upon your mindset and based upon the things that you do in your everyday life. So the shit that I be talking about, all this magic, occult, spirituality, people are so programmed with religion and Christianity, they automatically just put anything that isn't Jesus or Allah or in a religious paradigm, they automatically label it as evil.
I agree with that. I've been called a demon myself.
The only thing I talk about and the only thing I've been talking about is how to tap into your own power. All the shit that I'm talking about, meditation, rituals, candles, all of this is to awaken the energy within you and to reprogram your subconscious. Because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real,
Keep it
bro.
real. Come on.
And this is gonna sound harsh, but you have been subliminally programmed to think like a weak little bitch. You feel what I'm saying? That's the mind control.
That
We
was
have
harsh.
been systematically trained to constantly doubt ourselves, to constantly question ourselves, to constantly feel like we're not enough, to feel like we're not capable of overcoming the obstacles. Look,
And a lot of that comes, and let me just pause that right there. A lot of that comes from propaganda. Especially, let's just talk about, let's, black people, come on, reach, scoot in a little further, come closer, black folks. Black Americans, what we get fed on a constant basis. We get fed TV shows that are about slavery. Let's have another movie about slavery. Hey, let's do another movie about some slaves. It's just like this is this constant reminder when we don't realize that Black Americans have had a wide history that goes way beyond slavery, and slavery wasn't the same across the board. Like if I talk to my family members here in Texas, it was pretty mild. Pretty mild. Like, yeah, they were slaves, but it wasn't like the whole bane of their existence, and it wasn't like roots. Let me put it like that.
I tell people, bro, I've been shot, I've been homeless, I've been in
Lord,
jail, I've been through all of this shit.
bless
I
his
watched
heart.
both of my parents die in front of me, and guess what?
Still here.
All of those things added to me. It didn't take away anything from me because of the way that I look at life. So anytime I see a challenging situation, anytime I see an obstacle, I don't get scared. I don't get frantic. I don't get anxiety. I say, okay, well, shit, it's time for me to level up. And this is a test. This is how I prove that I'm a god,
Mm.
right? Because see, anybody can talk about it, right?
Be about it.
Anybody can talk about it, but most people are still stuck in the information stage.
Mm.
And this is what I see in the conscious community all day. It's so many people that's obsessed with information. So they read all the books, they watch all the lectures, but they haven't embodied the information.
They haven't
That's what
applied
I'm
it.
talking about. You have to embody this shit. And you can only do that by being truly disciplined to your practices. So it takes years to truly tap in.
And that's the divine masculine. Quiet as it's kept. Divine feminine is about being receptive and receiving information. Well, not even receiving information, receiving spirituality. Divine masculine is about applying it and doing it. And a lot of people in the spiritual community have not balanced themselves out. They have just focused on the divine feminine, but they haven't balanced themselves out with the divine masculine. They're not doing nothing. How are you putting it into practice? How are you manifesting what you believe to be true into reality and making things happen?
In and find your path and to really find what works for you. This is why I say, like, I don't really teach people a specific way to do things because it's so many paths in spirituality. Like some people, it's meditation. For some people, it's sex magic. For some people, it may be psychedelics. Like, but see, everyone tries to like put you into a box and say, oh no, don't do that. That's gonna fuck you up. Don't mess with the dark side. That's gonna fuck you up. Listen, bro.
Okay.
When I talk about the dark side, when I talk about dark entities, hold up. I'm trying to see what he's saying in the chat. Yeah, like when I talk about dark entities, people are so programmed with religion, they automatically think, "Oh, he's talking about demons. He's talking about the devil. Oh, this is so bad." Like, no, bro.
And let's talk about demons for a second. I'm gonna let him keep going in a sec. But and now I'm gonna put the whole video if you want to watch his whole spiel in the link in the description. I'm losing my words here. Daemon demon comes from the word daemon, which means spirit. Basically, they call angels are daemon, Daimon. So yes, there are demons that are negative. They're malevolent. There are demons that don't care about you. There's demons that are neutral. They just do their thing. And there's demons that will like, oh well, if you ask, they'll help you out. But they're spirits. They're basically that's all they are. They're just spirits. You are a spirit, but you have an avatar. You have a body. Now, what you let in your mind and in your body, that's up to you.
Demons are simply the spiritual entities that existed before Christianity, Islam, and all of these religions. See, when you create a new religion, when you create a new spiritual system, you have to demonize the previous ones. So when they came out with the Jesus program, they had to say, look, everything before this is evil. That's how they get you to believe in it. And
Hmm.
everything that they teach you is based on fear. Anytime you operating in fear, you shut down all your magic. It's over with. It's a wrap. You might as well just pack it up and go home, right? Because fear is the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of high vibrations, and fear is
And I was just talking about how they demonize stuff. Okay, so remember I was in my last video, I was talking about reptilian stuff, and I was talking about how there's good and bad reptilians, and it's just how you view them, and that people used to work with them, but they don't work with them no more because of some negativity that happened. This is what you talk about the paradigm shift of different things changing, and they say, okay, we got to demonize all of the stuff that happened before.
really just you thinking about some shit that hasn't even fucking happened yet. That's what fear is. You fear that something bad is going to happen, if you don't do these certain things. And that fear is actually manifesting the thing that you don't want to happen. So you have to understand when I talk about the dark side, when I talk about demons, we're simply talking about ancestral forces that existed before organized religion.
Hmm.
Anything outside of religion will be labeled as demonic by the religion because that's how they get power. Understand, I'm not
That's how they
against
scam power.
religion per se because I know a lot of Christians, I know not a lot of Muslims, I know a lot of people that
Whatever
practice
works for
all
you.
type of shit. I fuck with you based on your energy. If
Hmm.
you cool with me, I'm cool with you, bro. It's a lot of people I know that love Jesus, but they don't try to force that shit on me. When you try to force a belief on me, that's when we got problems, bro. Hey, look, bro.
And religion for some people is necessary. All religion is a set of rules that you live by, a set of spiritual rules that you live by. Everyone is religious to some point. I don't believe that there anybody that is not religious. When you have people so-called atheists, they say, "Oh, well, I'm not religious." Yes, you are. Your God is science. You worship science basically, and that is your religion. So if science says, "Hey, this is what the truth is," you're going to believe it without question. I see so many people that will say, "Hey, I believe the science." That's their God. Dr. Fauci is their God. And they don't question it. Just like they don't question like a Christian doesn't question their pastor. So if your pastor is some scientist, whether it be Fauci or what is the black dude's name? I forget his name. Somebody put it in the comments. But everyone is religious to some point. They have a set of rules that they go by, that they live their life by. And if some religions will say the other is evil. That's usually what religions do. They're going to say, hey, we're good, but they're bad. So look at it. Look at life and look how people are religiously doing things, and they have to have an adversary. They have to have their Satan to fight against, or they're not valid.
I'm a God. I don't need your God. I don't need your belief system. I'm good where I'm at. So this is what people got to understand. Um, nigga said, "Why is this shit AKA?" Look, man, I'm one of the most lit niggas on Instagram, bro. Look, I'm telling y'all, next year you're gonna see so many new things coming from me. I'm really switching all of this shit up because I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. I'm really at a point with all of this metaphysical shit. It's like, really, what else can I say at this point? Honestly, I'm really just gonna start showing people what's really real, and I'm gonna really just start really showing, leading by example a lot more, and just showing people what's possible. Because one thing that I always wanted to get across to the spiritual conscious community is like, bro, you don't have to struggle, you don't have to be broke, you don't have to hate the world, you don't have to be.
Side note, I just want to say this. This man's skin is popping for him to be in the dark. This is a dark brother in a dark room wearing black, and his lighting is immaculate. Just got to say that no homo. But I will give people props when they're due.
So opposed to everything. See, in Buddhism, they talk about the path of least resistance, right? And what that means is you have to learn how to use all the energies that's available to you. So a lot of people try so hard to avoid certain things. Like, bro, you can turn negative energy into positive energy based upon your mindset.
Universal law.
This is why when people leave negative comments on my posts, I always troll them. I make it a joke. Niggas think I'd be mad with them. Like, no, I'm really joking with you because you really just giving me free energy.
I just kind of block them.
You're actually helping me expand and grow more. So you have to learn that anytime you elevate it, it's going to be a force that wants to bring you back down to where you was at, because that's how your subconscious mind is
That's
programmed.
how you know you're
You're
doing right.
programmed to always seek comfort and seek what's familiar.
Mm.
So anytime something comes in your life that takes you away from that comfortability, your subconscious wants to go back to what is used to.
You better
This is why
preach
the
it.
only way that you can grow spiritually is by going through tough situations. And this is why you'll hear people talk about the dark night of the soul. You'll hear people, talk about spiritual awakening, but they never tell you about the hard part. They make this shit seem like it's all peaches and rainbows, and you gonna open your third eye and just see unicorns flying across the sky and shit.
You're gonna have moments of depression. People see depression as something bad. Depression is just it's just a wave. It's a wavelength. It's going up and going down. You're gonna have sad moments. You're gonna have tired moments. You're gonna have days where you don't feel like getting up. Just gonna be like, "Ugh, I don't feel like doing this." Um, just like working out, it's exercise. You have to push yourself when you don't feel it. When you don't feel motivated, you got to push yourself. And sometimes you have to let yourself feel things. I'm a Pisces, so I will. Sometimes you got to let yourself cry. Let me get this out. Let me cry. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need time by yourself.
Like, no, bro, that's cap. Before you can get to all the blissful shit, you have to deprogram. The reason that people go through struggles when they go through a spiritual awakening is you're deprogramming from all that bullshit that's been
Hmm.
forced into your subconscious for years. So when you start going against that programming, the matrix is actually your own mind. The
Mm.
matrix is your human ego. It's your physical human brain. So the reason a lot of people can't tap into the spirit realm is because they want everything to make sense. This shit is not logical. Like, if you light a candle with an intent, it's not logical that something is going to happen, but you make it real based upon your mind. That's what people don't get.
The balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The divine feminine is the feminine energy, and you have to make it make sense. You have to give it purpose. Otherwise, yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's the uninhibited creativity, and it is darkness. It's like when you close your eyes and your mind just starts going everywhere. It's that moment before you start dreaming and the dream don't make sense. And then all of a sudden things start forming and making pictures. So it's a bunch of gobbledygook before it starts making a sentence. The reality that we see is the divine masculine manifesting things into sense, basically.
People get caught up in the crystals and all that shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all
I
something.
got some crystals right here.
I'm gonna show y'all something, bro.
Okay. You gonna talk about my crystals? I always got crystals. I'm wearing a crystal.
Okay,
What's wrong with crystals?
you see this?
That's a
This
crystal.
crystal that I got right here,
Okay, you got
okay,
crystals.
this organite or whatever,
I love organite. I got
this
one too.
has no power if you don't activate it within your mind.
Give it purpose.
You can get all the crystals you want. You can burn all the motherfucking sage you want. You can listen to all of the meditation YouTube videos you want, bro. Until you transform yourself on an inner level, you're really not doing shit.
Mm.
You're really not doing shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see what the comments talking about. See what the comments talking about.
All right, I like what he's talking about though. I'm gonna put the whole video because it is a 40-minute video of him talking about spirituality, and I think you guys will enjoy it. I'll put the full video link in the description so you guys can check it out, and be sure to let him know that I sent you. I love spiritual folks. I love spiritual heads. And like I said, the algorithm is always showing me different folks, and I like to support them. So be sure to support me as well. Like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and make your reality happen. Because if you don't do it, then who will? Talk to you guys later. Peace.